WSAV, the station that's on your side. You're watching First News at 5.
Concerns over a federal project and its effect on one popular Savannah Square. Good evening. It is Tuesday, June 5th. I'm Ben Singer.
And I'm Tina Tyus-Shaw. Thank you for joining us. The plan for a new federal annex in the heart of Savannah's historic district has some concern tonight.
So they are urging people to learn more about it before it's too late to give your opinion. WSAV's Joanne Merrigan is joining us now with how you can do just that. Joanne?
Well, that is right, Ben and Tina. There is a meeting tomorrow night where the General Services Administration will present this design, and actually it's a revised plan. The feds changed their design after a lot of local negative feedback. Still, there are concerns about the new plan, which was released just last month. Savannah architect Scott Barnard, who's on an advisory committee, says this affects what's known as the bathroom tile buildings at Telfair Square. The feds are proposing a new, better-looking building on the south side, but they plan to simply tear down the tile building on the north side and make a big parking lot there. Well, Barnard says Telfair is one of the original 4 Oglethorpe plan squares, and a parking lot is definitely not part of what Oglethorpe, he says, had in mind.
We don't do parking lots on trust lots. Why? Because Oglethorpe, when he laid out the squares, he said those 4 trust lots are civic lots. They are for churches and banks. Those are for the edifices that represent our city. A parking lot is like missing a front tooth on a square. So it's an inappropriate use, especially when there's a better alternative solution.
Well, the General Services Administration is presenting the latest plan to the public tomorrow night. That will be at the Metropolitan Planning Commission building, which is located at 112 East State Street. Now, the presentation begins at 6 o'clock, and Barnard and other people are urging citizens who are interested in this to definitely attend. Local members of that advisory committee say they have an alternative to this latest plan that they think would be more in line with the historic nature of the squares, and they hope a big showing tomorrow night may affect federal officials. Joanne Merrigan, WSAV News 3.
All right, Joanne, thank you. In Brunswick, a former teacher and police officer accused of paying a teen for sex enters a guilty plea. 42-year-old Tracy Crosby of Waycross entered a guilty plea to 1 count of sex trafficking of a minor. Police say Crosby agreed to meet with a 16-year-old boy to have sex in exchange for $10. Crosby admitted to federal agents that he had sex with the boy more than once and that he arranged to have sex with the boy online. Meantime, Crosby was the criminal justice teacher at Ware County High School and a part-time police officer with Pierce County.
Today, the Savannah-Chatham Counter-Narcotics team announced the arrest of a former local veterinary technician accused of prescribing a controlled substance to her deceased dog. Police arrested 33-year-old Courtney Brown of Savannah. Investigators determined Brown was regularly using her deceased dog's name to illegally prescribe Xanax, an antidepressant medication. Brown now faces a felony charge. She turned herself into authorities yesterday and has since been released on bond.
Savannah police need your help finding a robbery suspect, and they are looking for this man you see here. Police say he grabbed cash out of a register at the Dollar General on West Bay Street last month. The clerk had just finished with a customer and still had the cash register open when the unknown suspect reached across that counter and grabbed cash from the drawer. If you recognize him, call Crime Stoppers. Well, who doesn't want some free money? And when someone calls offering you cash, what could go wrong?
Turns out a lot of money can be lost. A new survey details exactly how much, and the number may shock you. News 3's Andrew Davis joining us now with that. Andrew.
Well, you think winning $1 million would be great. How about $114 million? That's exactly how much scammers have taken from Americans just like you, all in the past year. According to a new Better Business Bureau study, in the past 3 years, 460,000 Americans were victimized by sweepstakes scammers, losing more than $330 million of their hard-earned money. Most of those people over the age of 65. But they don't just call or write you a letter anymore saying you may have won. Now these scam artists are getting high-tech, using Facebook and social media sites to reach out and touch your wallet.
Here, they can hit a lot of people at once. They're getting those targets immediately, and then they're hearing back in real time, and they think, or they're impersonating their friends, and people that they trust. Hey, I won the sweepstakes, you can be on the list too. If someone contacts you out of the blue saying you won something and you have to pay for it, you haven't won anything.
But people do fall for it every single day, and we only know about 10% of those who actually report it. It's a billion-dollar business, much of it based right overseas in Jamaica mostly. The best thing to do, simply hang up the phone or don't answer that instant message at all to begin with. Make sure it really is a friend of yours if that's true. If anything seems off, call Better Business Bureau or police right away. Now, Better Business Bureau does have a website for you to check out. It's bbb.org/scam tracker if you want to do a little bit more investigation. Andrew Davis, WSAV News 3.
Andrew, thank you. One family is receiving some help after one of two fires in the Low Country leaves them without a home. The Burton Fire District responded to back-to-back house fires yesterday evening that damaged two homes and displaced one family. The first house was reported on Big Road. No injuries were reported there. However, a family of two adults and two kids were displaced. Burton and Beaufort Port Royal firefighters responded to the second fire on Possum Hill Road. Firefighters located a charred mattress in a rear bedroom, but no flames. Firefighters believe the fire put itself out. No injuries were reported, and that fire is also under investigation. And remember, the city of Savannah has extended the deadline to apply for a discount to its new fire fee. So the new deadline is June 15th. The flat fee for a single family home is $250. If you have things like smoke detectors or fire extinguishers, you could get a 5% discount per item.
Right now, plants are in bloom in the Coastal Empire and Low Country, but some could be dangerous. Every part of the sago palm tree is poisonous to dogs and cats: the trunk, bark, leaves, and seeds. Even if a dog licks the plant, it can make the animal sick. Depending on the dog's size, ingesting 1 or 2 seeds will prompt an immediate reaction.
So within 15 minutes up to the first 24 hours, you can start to see vomiting, diarrhea, you can see hypersalivation, and that's a lot of times when people will see a part of the plant and then they'll call and we'll start questioning what's in the yard, where have you guys been, that kind of stuff. Within 2 to 4 days, you can start to see central nervous sign symptoms and also liver failure, and that's our biggest, what causes the fatality is the liver failure.
Coming up tonight on News 3 at 6, we're going to introduce you to a Savannah dog owner whose dog almost died, all because of a sago. We'll also explore the dangers of other plants to your pets.
Sea turtle nesting season began about a month ago now, and so far about 800 nests have been found in Georgia and South Carolina.
News 3's Low Country reporter Stasia Olmos patrolled the beach with the volunteers on Defusky Island this morning, and they found the island's 11th nest.
Sea turtles love to lay their babies here on the South Carolina shores. We're about 1 month into sea turtle nesting season, and the state's already seen more than 500 nests. The very first one was found right here on Defusky Island. Volunteers patrol the beach every morning at low tide looking for tracks. If they find them, they'll follow them up, check for soft sand, and start digging.
Here's the first egg.
They take 1 egg for DNA testing at the Department of Natural Resources, and then they mark the area to keep the babies safe. And Tuesday, volunteers found the island's 11th nest.
So there's the little egg on top. You get like a little ping pong ball. And then when you first find them, they're really soft like that. And then in a day or so, they'll be hard.
We get out there, sometimes we're out there for hours with sweat dripping, just trying to find these eggs. I think when you live on Defusky, you start being really aware of nature and what it means to help protect things.
From the minute those eggs are laid, it takes about 55 days to 2 months for them to hatch. So Defusky could see its first babies around 4th of July. Reporting on Defusky Island, Stassi Olmos, WSAV News 3.
Recently, on a story that you'll find only on News 3, an Effingham County family actually purchased a piece of furniture that was proven to be a great use. But
as News 3's Meredith Stutz found out, it's what they found inside that would send them on a journey and a recent photo finish.
In a kitchen in Guyton, this white cover blends into the home of Kenzie Matice's family.
Everything seemed all right. Everything looked empty.
Her parents bought it at a thrift store in Port Wentworth a few months back.
We use it for food. We like to store our food in there, and it's like a hideaway spot.
Turns out it's good for hiding more than just pasta and soup. Recently, the top drawer became stuck.
And we were wondering what was going on with this drawer, and he ended up pulling the whole drawer out.
Inside, pictures. Dozens of pictures of a family that wasn't hers.
I came across like this one. This one was pretty old.
Smiles of strangers staring back at her.
This one caught my eye right here. That's the couple with the daughter.
Matthijs had a decision to make.
They're not worth throwing away. They're worth giving back.
Seeing pictures of children made her think of her own son.
I just felt the need to find the family.
On Monday, she posted on Facebook, a detective of decency, hoping someone would do the same for her.
I think we might have found a relative, so.
Did that just come in?
I got it.
Remember this family that caught her eye?
This is amazing.
Turns out his name is Max. He and his family live in Charleston.
Hey. Hi, this is Ken's. Good, how are you?
Good.
Hey, I got your family's pictures.
How did that happen, I wonder?
Max's mother used to live here and recently moved to be near family. During the move, the cupboard and those photos were left behind. Now they'll be mailed back to their rightful owner.
All right.
All right, bye. Wow. I'm speechless.
You're looking at the picture of kindness and a collection of history, lost and now found. In Guyton, Meredith Stutz, WSAV News 3.
All possible through social media.
Yes, absolutely.
That is pretty amazing. Still ahead tonight, a program to reward local hardworking students celebrates its winners tonight.
We will go live from the WSAV and Parker's Outstanding Student Awards ceremony, where they plan to name their final winner.
And coming up in the Complete Storm Team 3 forecast, the chance of rain is going to stay on the lower end, at least for the next few days. And then changes happen over the weekend. We're tracking that and much more coming up.
And at 5:30 tonight, a popular fashion designer discovered dead. What we're learning about the passing of Kate Spade. You're watching WSAV First News at 5. Stay with us.